because they did it so much better than
Yeah.
that bootleg version.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, everybody, to Collecting Brothers. I'm John. And this is Josh. And we're taking a little time to break down this week's toy news. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, friends. First up, wanted to make some corrections from last week. We were talking about turtle vans from Joy Toy, and we were also asking ourselves who else we would want to make a 1/12 scale turtle van. Well, they have been made. Shout out to the friends in the comments who let us know what was up. Super 7 made one at their scale. NECA dropped one as well, nice and boxy here. They're going, really hard into the comic line there, and then as well as Underground Arsenal pumped one out as well to kind of get your turtles in there. So really
Very
fun.
cool. Yeah, and I'll be honest, I think Super 7 takes the cake with this one. I feel like the NECA, like you mentioned, is a little too boxy for me. Like I'd never seen a van like that. Like this is like a meat storage van or something. The Super 7 one has like, yeah, Super 7 one all the way.
Yeah, I don't like the Super 7 one. I think the colors are off and like it's too toyish. I know they're toys, but like
It definitely is toyish, yeah. I think that's like the aesthetic, right? That's the nostalgia aesthetic that they're going for.
yeah, yeah. So really cool there. But yeah, thank you all the friends. Adam also let me know from Highly Articulated. Let me know it was called the Great Turtle Van War.
Yeah, I think though with that those that like because even though the Super 7 was the best one, I think they're all kind of bad. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think with that new Joy Toy van we got, we're also kind of saying like we need an updated 6-inch turtle van because all three of these are older and they're, as we can see, a little subpar. I feel like technology has advanced so much, paint apps have advanced, and we're like, we definitely, whether it be Super 7 or NECA or anybody else, to give us a new updated version.
Yeah. And if you want to break down on all three of those, you can check out Geek Dad Live. They dropped a video there comparing all three. All right, let's get into some news here. Shout out to the boys over at Super Action Stuff. They are dropping their Bloody Crate 2.0. Here is all those fun effect pieces with the blue crate, as well as their vending machine is going up. So you can get these pre-ordered, or actually you can get these ordered, or they might still be up for pre-order on a Big Bad Toy Store. 40 for the vending machine and its effect pieces, and then 30 for the cursed crate. Sorry, the bloody crate now. And then we got some news here from Netflix. Netflix announced that they are teaming up with Hasbro to make some K-pop Demon Hunters. Right? It is hot property, and we'll see what they pump out. But Hasbro is teaming up with Netflix to make something. Now, it's not just Hasbro. They are also teaming up with Mattel. So they're both co-licensees on this K-pop Demon Hunters. What do you think, Josh?
Netflix must have got a pretty penny, man. And they probably suckered them both in somehow. They're probably in like a bidding war of who could get the license. And then I read that they got the co-master license, both of them, just to share it. And I wonder if it's like going to be, I don't know. I don't think it probably will be like collaboration. I think it'll more just be them doing their own thing, but being able to use the property and make as many or toys as they want. Now, like you said, I think just with like the little kids, it's just crazy good. So this is like a good win for both those companies because it's just gonna sell. Now, granted, I will say if they just are getting the license now, it takes a good while for them to develop these toys. So it's gonna be like it's almost like, is it too late? Because I feel like unless there's a second season coming along, there's gonna be a new hot show on Netflix within the next couple months that's gonna kind of take everybody off of this, right? Like Stranger Things is dropping in like next month or something. And so we'll see how if this like can transcend time a little bit.
Yeah, the sequel has already been announced. So K-pop Demon Hunters is going to be sticking around for a while. And then, yeah, we'll see what toys they are. Mattel is taking the action figure part of it. From what I read, Mattel is doing the action figures, kid toys, and Hasbro is doing the like games, like board games. They're kind of, they have magic and all that stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm a little
Thank
disappointed about that.
Hasbro got the short end of the stick there.
I think so too. They went with their more general, I guess, not action figure specific. So I'm a little bummed, but we'll see what Mattel does. I don't even know what scale they're going to be pumping things out at. But yeah, no, this property is huge. It's going to be huge for a while. It's going to be here. It showed up in Fortnite. Like it's going to be around for a while. We also got some pictures here from London MCM of Quora from the 6-inch Tron line there. Here we got Finn and Jeff Bridges here as well. But Quora looks really good, dude. I think they did a really good job on the face sculpt personally. But I am liking the Tron figures here.
I think the Jeff Bridges is the best one, even though he's kind of traffic coned. With the Olivia Wilde's face sculpt, it feels a little like chubby for me. Like I feel like Olivia Wilde has a very like sunken in, really defined jaw face, so it looks a little chubby. And then with Flynn, the proportions I feel like are almost alien-esque. Like looking at him, like the body kind of looks larger, like it almost looks like an alien. The body looks large, and then the arms are very skinny. And of course, he's supposed to be in a skin tight suit. Right there, that image looks a little better, but also like the neck on like the body, like it definitely juts out. You know what I'm saying? Like very has very alien-esque proportions, I feel like for Flynn.
Okay. Yeah, there's the whole lineup there. Tron, Clue, everybody there. All right, let's jump over to McFarlane Toys. We're getting some more Fallout figures here. This is Cooper Howard. This is going to be a Platinum Red Edition figure over at Amazon and GameStop. And we also getting a Hank McLean. A McLean from in his power armor suit. That's really cool. People love the power armor suit. So fun to get some characters in there as well. And we're also getting Maximus in the power armor suit. This is from the show Fallout, the TV show, right on Prime. And then we're also getting Steph Harper. This is fun. That's a fun little Fallout figure there. And finally, the Ghoul. This one, I think a lot of people are excited for.
Yeah, just a fun, interesting character. And I will say, man, I'm really shocked by McFarlane Toys' likeness execution. You know, that's something that McFarlane we've kind of given leeway on just because they have usually cheaper price points than Hasbro and other toy lines. But on these figures, man, the sculpt's there, and I feel like even the paint's there this time. Usually, kind of McFarlane kind of skimps out on the paint apps, but not on these. I feel like that looks exactly like that guy. He has a huge forehead just like that. Other guy, they got the coif of his hair exactly right. Exactly like I'm just shocked by the likeness. And I wonder if that's like maybe they got a new updated tech or sometimes I feel like McFarlane goes up and down where I'm like, oh my gosh, amazing figure. And then the next week I'm like,
Yeah,
what the crap is this? So I
yeah.
never know if it's like a new wave or a new era of McFarlane or if he's just like hot for this wave and then the next wave he's gonna come back with another dud. But yeah, these look phenomenal.
I agree. I think these are fun. Next up from McFarlane, they're also dropping a 1/12 scale here, a retro Batman from the classic TV series Batmobile. This is cool, man. Like that's such an iconic car. Whether or not you're collecting that line, I think you can still get the car and have that displayed. But really cool.
Yep, 21 inches long, good size, and as we know, it's probably going to be at a reasonable price point.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Also, I think they're in their last week. I think it's the last weekend that you can back the drawing board collect. The Kickstarter that Todd's doing for the Harley Quinn figure. So if you really want to get this picked up, go ahead and back it at whatever tier level you want.
So how are they doing on that? Like, have they gotten their goal reached, and like, are they gonna make the figure, or are they like close?
From what I could tell, nobody knows. Todd doesn't release that stuff.
Oh, so he hasn't released any numbers. That's weird.
He's never released numbers. Like he always just says things get unlocked. And we never know like whether he hit it or didn't hit it or by how much or how much we didn't hit it. He just says it's unlocked now.
That's weird.
It's Todd. Let's jump over to Mezco Toys here. We're getting a Casey Jones coming in here. $120 to go with your turtles. Yeah, dude. Again, this looks like a fun figure to me. It is, kind of just in like workout clothes, right? He's got the tank top and the sweatpants, but it is pretty much, that's what Casey does. And so,
Yeah, and the first version with the blue muscle shirt sold so well, and on aftermarket prices now goes for like $200. I kid you not. So just like a really good way to preserve the original release that for the collectors that have that, but then to give like an updated version as well as another chance for people to kind of fill their Mezco Casey Jones hole. And like you said, I think like I don't think I'm gonna miss my chance a second time because like I missed the first blue one because I was like maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. This thing they knocked it out of the park. Like the sweatpants done so well, all the weapons, the duffel bag nicely tailored. It
yeah,
just looks amazing. And you got that iconic American flag hockey mask.
I did a little research on that, and people can let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think that shows up in the comics or TV show or anywhere. I think that's like they released a toy that had that like hockey mask, and then that's just like kind of where people know it from. It's not necessarily canon. But
Yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong.
you could be right about that. Yeah, because like I only know it from because I already have a Casey Jones figure, like, but it was an exclusive edition that came with this mask, right? So
Right.
I think they just might have just used it like, all right, how can we resell and repackage this figure? And then that's how.
But there's your face sculpts there, hands. You get the cool stand, get the sweatshirt, the golf bag, all the fun different bats. Looks like there's one for every turtle there. The cricket, hockey, goalie, stick, all you could want for that Casey Jones. All right, let's keep going here. Next up, SH Figure Arts. They're giving us a Bakugo. This is when he dies, technically. A lot of these SH Figure Arts are going to like when the characters their last moments. Like we had the Emiko where it was basically where she died. But here is Bakugo looking really cool. I love the outfit, love the effect pieces, and love this face sculpt, man.
Yeah, man, SH Figures is looking at a whole new level. Sometimes, I do really enjoy the clean aesthetic of Figma, but I feel like SH Figuarts is just packing in more detail and even like taking liberties, I think, with detail. I think Figma tries to go true one-to-one representation of how it appears with the anime. There's not that many folds and details because it's animation and they have to kind of save costs on animating it. Whereas like Figuarts is taking, I feel like, artistic liberties to add more details, which I actually do enjoy. I feel like they're almost kind of evolving into a more of an amazing Yamaguchi-esque look, because that's what this appears to be, where they're kind of like exaggerating some details that might not always appear in the anime.
Yeah, I agree. Like the suit looks incredible, and there's like all these different folds and creases and valleys that just kind of create more depth to it. Here's where his heart is getting annihilated, and it stops. It looks great. And again, these effect pieces, I know they've done them before, and they've done a whole different like set for Bakugo alone. But it's fun to get those cool little effect pieces. Like, that's right from the anime or manga. All right, so over to Mayfix here. We got a teaser for the battle damage Wolverine. So the sleeveless version that I would prefer over the fully suited up version because that version just shows up for a little bit, whereas the battle damage one without the sleeves shows up for the majority of the movie. And we got the full pictures as well released there. And man, I'm really digging this figure.
Yeah, 100%. I think it looks flawless. You know me, and I'm a hard critic, so I think the proportions 100% accurate to Hugh Jackman. Nothing to complain about. The likeness on the head sculpt, absolutely perfect. They nailed the white eyes. Kind of that was my big gripe with the SH figures, along with the Marvel Legends, where I feel like the masked helmet just looked a little off to me, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Whereas I feel like Mafex pretty much got it. There's literally zero to complain about. The weathering, the battle damage, they got blood, they got bullet hole from when he
In the
Deadpool.
van,
So
yeah.
to me, this is an absolute flawless figure.
I agree. I love this look. This is looking really cool. So that'll go great with your Deadpool. Next up here, we're getting a Flash Batman from the Flash movie. And again, I love this suit. I just love kind of the aesthetic of it and the dark blues that come with it. And McFarlane one was tempting me, but man, Mayfix coming in here just making it look good.
Yeah, and I think it's just really cool to finally get. I mean, whether you like the movie or not, it's just kind of cool to see finally a live action interpretation of the blue, gray, and gold suit, right? And now with this, I would say the posing. I don't think it's more. I don't think it's the figure issue. I think it's more of the posers issue. Like, look at that picture. It kind of is very awkward. I feel like they're not using the full limits of the articulation to kind of make it pose right. It very
Okay.
feels static. Like look at the torso, how they're not using the torso. Like there needs to be some torso rotation in there.
Yeah.
That way it's not so like like from this picture. I don't think if you were a collector, it would look like it didn't have that much articulation. But I think that's more of the poser's fault because
Yeah.
I get it. They're trying to do that iconic thing where he like was on the guardrail, remember? And he's like with the
Yeah,
grappling hook and
sliding around, yeah.
slide. Yeah, that's sick, man. But let me see the other shots here. Like in this vanilla pose, I think it looks better, right? Because Ben Affleck was definitely an older gentleman when he made the film, and he was a little tubby. He's going through a divorce. He was having all that J Lo drama. So it's like he was depressed eating, and so I think they got the right thickness on this Batfleck.
Yeah, no, I think that he's proper proportioned. I agree. So, but it looks great, man. I love the techiness of it, the hollow look to it. So that's fine. Next up, we're getting Maeve here from the Seven, from the boys. Yeah, we've seen some prototypes here and there, but it's always fun to get these beautiful and like product shots.
Promo images, yeah.
Yeah, and but look at that articulation here. Love just like we're getting the swivel up in the bicep, the double there. Like, oof, man, that is nice. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I think overall good likeness. Paint apps look great, proportions look great. I think, man, it's been a long time coming, but we're almost finally completing the seven. Like we've gotten all the figures, at least promo images of them now.
For sure, yeah. And some variants.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got the A Train variant.
Next up, well, okay, let's jump over to Kyoto. We're getting a Amazing Yamaguchi black suit symbiote Spider-Man, $86 here, and this is kinda cool because Mess Toys, they teamed up with CT Toys and released this figure already. It was a bootleg, it was unlicensed, but it's cool though that have Amazing Yamaguchi come and be like, "Nah, this is how you do it." But
100% because they did it so much better than
yeah.
that bootleg version, because the bootleg version kinda just re-injected the mold with black paint, and there was nothing else done, whereas you can see here, the Amazing Gucci, they're like, "Nah, we went all out." They did the resculpt, they added the texture, kind of the Venom texture that we know we've seen, and the paint app is better. Like,
Yes.
the paint app looks wetter, it looks more alive, it has a really good sheen to it, whereas you look at that bootleg, it was a very matte finish. Now, while that
Yeah.
looked good, this looks 100 times better.
I agree. Like, there's texturing throughout it to create that movie version Venom,
Yeah.
and how shiny that head is, man, that is perfect Venom-esque aesthetic, so
Yeah, I'm super excited for this figure, especially just because, for certain characters, going the Amazing Gucci route just lends itself, for very agile, acrobatic characters,
yeah.
like in this case with Spider-Man. You're just gonna be able to get so many good crouching poses, very dynamic poses, which Spider-Man needs. Sometimes even with the Marvel Legend, I feel like sometimes I'm like, ooh, I'm still feel like I'm not getting the poses I want with my Spider-Man figure. Even how
Mhm.
far Legends has come when
Yeah.
it comes to like Yamaguchi, it's like, look at that. You can get anything you want.
Yeah, you can get very spider-like things for Spider-Man,
Mhm.
which is what you want. Comes with some web effects here, they're just showing it off there, but, and you get the tendrils too, which I love. So really, really cool fun effect pieces there. And if you order from the Kaido shop, you get this cool. I'm not sure what like.
It's very, I would say, Agent Venom-esque. Those eyes are very Agent Venom, how it appears. But man, usually I'm not so tempted by a head sculpt, but I actually really enjoy the way those eyes look on this Spider-Man. I feel like it really adds more. I'm
I
kind
like
of bummed that it's part of the exclusive because I really want that head.
it's like the more the carnage, where it's like
Yeah.
breaking apart and ripping through. I think it's really cool. All right, let's take it around the net here. We've got some alien figures from 52 Toys. This is fun. Just someone else coming into the alien line. NECA's kind of monopolized that to get some variation. This thing looks incredibly detailed. Paint apps look phenomenal. And articulation, so far, nothing to complain about. It is a xenomorph, so limbs do get a little thin. So we'll see how that holds up, but I'm pretty impressed by these promo pictures.
And this is a 6-inch collectible, correct?
Correct, yes.
And 52 Toys, it sounds familiar. Can you remind us, like, some other toys that they made? I feel like I've heard of them before, right?
Potentially. I'm not too familiar with them.
Yeah, look up
Um,
what we else had done maybe that you can recognize. But yeah, I think for me, what stands out the most with this Xenomorph is the paint apps. Because when it comes to NECA, they're at a cheaper price point. Sometimes the most we would get is like a wash. But when I look at this
yeah,
Xenomorph's head, how many different hues and colors I'm seeing with different translucent plastics and all the plastics underneath it, it really looks lifelike, just like from the movie.
I agree, and I love the like almost translucentness that you're getting through the dome of the xenomorph. And that's more of what Giger wanted personally. Yeah, I'm looking up 52 toys here. I'm not finding too much.
Anything? Oh, okay. Yeah, it could be a new company we're not very familiar with in general. Yeah, and I don't think it's a xeno. I mean, it partly is a xenomorph issue thing, just with the proportions, and especially at a 6-inch scale where it's fragile. But I don't know. I have the Mezco xenomorph,
Hmm.
and I think they did a phenomenal job. And mine is I've never felt like it was gonna break, and also I've never seen kind of community people, and especially like the Mezco people will kind of let
Right.
people know, like if you know the Mezco Catwoman and the Mezco Bishop are kind of notorious for their arms breaking, like the joint at the arms. And I didn't really see anything that from Mezco. So I think we'll be fine with 52K toys. I don't think it's an alien issue. I think it's more of a NECA plastic issue than anything
Yeah,
else.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I looked up their stuff on Big Bad Toy Store, nothing familiar, and this is like kind of their first time into a 1/12 scale, is what I'm
Cool.
seeing. So jumping in here with the alien xenomorph. Along with that, though, we also had some. They also shared some pictures from WonderCon, which was kind of cool. Here we're getting some different variations of the xenomorph. This is the one we were just looking at. This is like a different version of that. The one thing I'm excited for, though, dude, they're going to be dropping an engineer, man, and this thing looks good. Like the face scope looks good on
Yeah,
the
just without the
engineer.
paint apps, for sure. The sculpt likeness, you can see the engineer 100% like the engineer. Even on the bottom right where those screaming hits are, looks like you get really cool accessories from the movie. Man, and it's something I don't think NECA has done.
No, they did some engineers and, like, they did the space jockey one, which I have,
Yeah,
and a
and they did
couple
Deacon.
they
That's
did the
it.
Deacon, but, like, none of these ones where it's, like, the unmasked version.
Yeah, which is
So
the iconic version, I feel like, which is it was kind of such a missing hole that NECA never did, especially because NECA's like their bread and butter is Predator and Aliens. So it's kind of crazy that they never did this
people
version.
didn't like Prometheus for whatever reason, so, like,
I feel
that
like people have come around to it. Like the more
they
I talk to
should.
people about Alien, they're like, "Oh my gosh, Prometheus is a masterpiece." I feel
What
like
about
in the
Covenant?
beginning, people I loved Covenant.
Yeah, I love Covenant too.
I loved all the new three. I have not seen the new fourth one, but
Romulus?
what is it? Prometheus, Covenant, and then what's the one with Rico?
That's Covenant.
Oh, what's the one before Covenant then?
So it goes Prometheus, Covenant, and then Romulus.
Oh, no, Covenant was sick. I thought Covenant was amazing.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. But yeah, so there we go. I'm excited. I'm excited for 52 Toys coming out with some engineers, man. They also, along with the Alien, I guess you also get Predator. It's a package deal, but they're going to be dropping some. Looks like a Predator from like the Jungle Predator from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I love this. Like this is just such an iconic character. I love the unmasked, right? The one ugly mother. But we're also getting some Predators that are not from the first movie. So I like that they're jumping into more, we got the new Predator Badlands movie coming out, but I like that they're jumping into more variations of Utahs. I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, close enough. Hopefully they do from that show you showed me. What was that Predator show on Hulu called?
Oh shoot, I can't remember. But
Yeah,
yeah, the
anyway,
animated one that was
there's
good.
like a Predator animated show on Hulu. Man, it is good. It is a masterpiece every single episode. So hopefully they do some Predators from there because especially because they have different aesthetics and different proportions. There's like a really big Predator, and I feel like they could be like I think when you have different proportions, it just makes it for a better, more interesting toy line. Because something kind of that I kind of found myself feeling with the NECA Predator and NECA Alien line is it felt like I was buying the same figure over and over
Yeah,
because the Predators are all the same proportions. Now the Aliens too, like the Aliens, like sure there's some slight variations, but it literally just felt like buying the same figure. And I kind of quit collecting Predators and Aliens because of that reason.
yeah,
And I feel like with that new animated show and also with the new Badlands, how different those Predators look, from the basic Predators and Predator 1, 2, and 3. I feel like it's just gonna make for a more dynamic shelf when you collect this line.
yeah.
And something that I hope to see is as we saw them do that engineer, if they're doing Predator now, I hope they can do more of like the human characters because that's something that NECA kind of did to a really good degree. But I want not just Arnold. I also need what's my boy that just passed away,
Carl Weathers. We
Carl
need
Weathers. Yeah,
Jesse
I need that.
Ventura. Yeah, we
You know,
need Shane Black. Like
yeah.
we need Mac. I
I
need
would
my
even
boy
love
Mac,
human
dude.
characters from the movie Predators with
Adrian Brody, Topher
yeah, yeah,
Grace,
yeah, yeah.
Walter
Give me that. What's his
Goggins,
name with Lawrence Fishburne too in it? Yeah, yeah,
Lawrence Fishburne. He played an incredible killer, crazy guy.
yeah. I
Predator
love it.
Killer of Killers is the animated series on Hulu.
Thank you.
And so Badlands, yeah, I'm excited for Badlands. So a little bit of a
What's that big thing in the
renaissance.
back?
This is like
Do you see
probably like
that?
their wait, the skulls here or this
Nah,
one?
bro. Look at that huge monster behind them. You don't see that huge
Oh,
monster
yeah,
to
yeah,
the
I do
right?
see that. I think it's like a chibi version.
Oh, I see it. Okay. I thought it was something cooler. Oh, it's just a chibi predator. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, chibi Predator. So but yeah, cool to get more people in the Predator world, man. That's exciting. All right. Well, that will go ahead and wrap up this week's toy news. Some fun things there for everybody. Lots of variety, as always. Always love talking toys here. But let's go ahead and break down our pick of the week. Josh, what are you thinking? What is your pick? And I'll run it back, of course.
Ooh, really good figures, guys. No, really for real. It's really good showing from everybody. Like even McFarlane, I think knocked it out of the park this week. Shoot.
Except for that K-pop Demon
I think
Hunters.
that Mayfex Wolverine is flawless, but just for the sake of I love I love the real companies that actually do the grunt work pushing back on kind of the knockoffs. And instead of like whining and complaining, saying like, oh, they're making knockoffs, there's like, we're just gonna outwork you and do better than you. So I'm gonna give it to the amazing Yamaguchi symbiote Spider-Man.
Nice. Good choice. Yeah, they really did an incredible job. Thankfully, you didn't take mine. I'm giving it to that Mayfix Wolverine, man. I love that.
Yeah, we're always on the same wavelength. That's why I know I don't have to I get two picks every week, basically.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy that. The sleeveless look, it looks great. The cowl looks good. The face sculpt looks good. It's Mayfix, so excited for that one to show up. So really exciting. All right, friends, let us know down below your pick of the weeks. And as always, keep collecting, keep playing, and may the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.